Hello, myself Satnam Singh. In this session, we will discuss conductometric titrations. Titration of HCl versus sodium hydroxide can be performed by a volumetric method. In this method, we pipette out the solution. 10 ml of HCl is pipetted to the titration flask. Phenolphthalein is added and the solution is titrated. Endpoint of the solution is colorless to pink. Different indicators change their color at different pH. Phenolphthalein changes its color at pH 8.2. We can titrate HCl versus sodium hydroxide by another method, that is conductometric titration. In this titration, we have conductivity vessel, conductivity cell attached to the conductometer. Conductivity cell has electrodes which are separated at a distance of L. Conductivity cell has a specific cell constant which is given by L by A. Conductometric titrations are frequently employed to find the equivalence point. What is equivalence point? That is stoichiometric completion of the reaction of acid, alkali and other titrations. Principle is during titration, one of the ions is replaced by other and these two ions differ in the ionic conductivity, with the result that the conductivity of the solution varies during the course of titration. Titration of strong acid versus strong base. Before the addition of sodium hydroxide, conductance of HCl has a high value due to the presence of highly mobile H ions. If we plot volume of sodium hydroxide added versus conductance, this is the conductance before the addition of sodium hydroxide. With the addition of sodium hydroxide, H ions combine with OH ions to give undissociated water molecules. So fast moving H ions are replaced by relatively slower moving sodium ions and conductance of the solution decreases up to point E, which is the equivalence point. Equivalence point is the minimum conductance due to the solution containing only sodium chloride with no free acid or alkali. This line corresponds to HCl versus sodium hydroxide titration. Behind equivalence point, with the addition of more of the sodium hydroxide, conductance increases due to excess of fast moving OH ions. After the equivalence point, solution contains sodium chloride salt and excess of sodium hydroxide. Here, point E is obtained by extrapolating the two lines before and after the equivalence point. Titration of weak acid versus strong base. Before the addition of alkali, acetic acid is feebly ionized and it has a poor conductance. With the addition of sodium hydroxide, there is replacement of H ion by sodium ions. Acetate ions are formed that suppresses the dissociation of acetic acid. This result in decrease in conductance in the beginning, but very soon the conductance starts increasing as sodium hydroxide neutralizes undissociated acetic acid, which is non-conducting, to sodium acetate, strong conducting electrolyte. Behind equivalence point, conductance increases more rapidly due to highly conducting OH ions. The graph near the equivalence point is curved due to hydrolysis of sodium acetate salt. Actual equivalence point E is obtained by extrapolating these two lines. Titration of a mixture of weak and strong acids versus strong base. Here combination of curves are obtained. HCl will get titrated first. This line corresponds HCl versus sodium hydroxide. Titration of acetic acid will commence only after HCl has been completely neutralized. This line corresponds to acetic acid versus sodium hydroxide. After complete neutralization of both the acids, conductance is due to sodium hydroxide. Point A corresponds to neutralization of HCl. Point B corresponds to neutralization of HCl and acetic acid. This volume corresponds to neutralization of acetic acid and this volume corresponds to neutralization of HCl. Titration of a mixture of weak and strong acid versus weak base. Here again combination of curves are obtained. HCl will get titrated first. This line corresponds to HCl versus ammonium hydroxide. Titration of acetic acid will commence only after HCl has been completely neutralized. This line corresponds to acetic acid versus ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide being weakly ionized will not cause any appreciable change in conductance and this line corresponds to conductance due to ammonium hydroxide. Point A corresponds to neutralization of HCl. Point B corresponds to neutralization of HCl and acetic acid. Titration of strong acid versus weak base. Here conductance will fall first due to replacement of fast moving H ions by slow moving ammonium ions. Conductance will decrease. This line corresponds to HCl versus ammonium hydroxide. After neutralization of acid, further addition of weakly ionized ammonium hydroxide will not cause any appreciable change in the conductance. Titration of weak acid versus weak base. Initially, conductance will increase due to the formation of ammonium acetate. Conductance will increase. This line corresponds to titration of acetic acid versus ammonium hydroxide. After neutralization, further addition of weakly ionized ammonium hydroxide will not cause any appreciable change in the conductance. Titration of silver nitrate versus KCl. These are termed as precipitation titration. Silver chloride is precipitated. Since the mobility of H ions is nearly same as that of silver ions, which it replaces, the conductance will remain more or less constant and will begin to increase only after equivalence point. This line corresponds to conductance due to silver nitrate versus KCl. This line corresponds to conductance due to KCl. We have seen various patterns are obtained. This is when we take strong acid against strong base. This is titration of weak acid against strong base. This is titration of a mixture of weak and strong acids against sodium hydroxide. Then we will have this curve. If we take against ammonium hydroxide, then we will not get this curve. We will get this shape of the graph. Titration of strong acid against weak base. Titration of weak acid against weak base. And titration of silver nitrate against KCl. These patterns are actually observed only if the volume of solution remains unchanged. This condition is fulfilled by taking the solution in the burette about 10 times more concentrated than the solution taken in titration flask. We will like to know the difference between equivalence point and end point. Equivalence point is added titrant is chemically equivalent completely to the analyte in the sample, whereas end point, the point where indicator changes its color, for equivalence point, we can see the titration of HCl versus sodium hydroxide by using pH meter and glass electrode. If we use pH meter with glass electrode, we can titrate HCl versus sodium hydroxide. Shape of the curve when we plot volume of sodium hydroxide versus pH is S shape. This is equivalence point at pH 7. So equivalence point of a chemical reaction is the point at which chemically equivalent quantities of acid and base have been mixed. Here the moles of acid are equivalent to the moles of base. At equivalence point, medium is neutral, that is stoichiometric completion of the reaction. Whereas in case of end point, color change of indicator may not be actual end point of the reaction. We can see in case of phenolphthalein, it is changing its color at pH of 8.2. For those reactions where we use methyl orange as indicator, then end point appears at pH of 4.4. So this is the end point, whereas equivalence point here is showing the neutral pH. The factors affecting the conductance, nature of the electrolyte, whether it is strong electrolyte, weak electrolyte, solvation of ions, what is the extent of solvation of ions, or H ions are fastest moving ions due to Groth's mechanism. It also depends upon the temperature, as molar ionic conductance increase considerably with the rise in temperature. Conductance is also affected by viscosity. Large the viscosity of the medium, lesser would be mobility, that is conductance of ions. Conductometric titrations have many advantages. This method serves as a very important tool where direct titration using indicators are either difficult or impossible. What are those conditions? Colored or turbid solutions where we cannot use indicators can be titrated successfully. This method can also be employed in case of very dilute solutions, as it involves the measurement of conductance. No special care is necessary near the end point, as it is determined graphically. Titration can be possible with weak acids and weak bases. An added advantage of conductometric titrations is that one can determine the equivalence point of a mixture of weak and strong acids, and also reactions where products are insoluble, that is, in case of precipitation titrations. However, there are certain limitations of conductometric titrations. These are: more concentrated the solution needs to be taken in the burette to avoid change in conductance due to dilution effects. As one of the ion is replaced by other, hence at higher salt concentration, results tend to be less reliable and less accurate. Control of temperature is required, as conductance varies with temperature. Large concentrations of hydronium ions can affect the accuracy by masking the change in conductance due to change in concentration of analyte ions, as ionic mobility of hydronium ion is very high. Usually, dilute solutions are used in conductometric titrations. Highly concentrated solutions need to be diluted before titration. In summary, we have discussed principle of conductometric titrations, various titrations involving strong and weak acid against strong and weak base, and precipitation titration. We have discussed difference between equivalence point and end point, factors affecting the conductance, advantages and limitations of conductometric titrations. Thanks for watching this video.